Jai Srila Bhaktiranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai. All the
Where am
assembly.
I? Okay, Dandavat tutti devoti, Dandavat everybody. So we're very happy to receive a very professional short video report from Vilnius or wherever you were. What, Vilnius? And now we are here with you live. Do we have live translation? Yes or no? You selected English as a language. English. Okay, let us come first to Suresh Krishnabhu. I'm not sure everything's working. Let's see if everything's working. Suresh Krishnabhu, over to you.
Dandavat Maharaj. Dandavat всем преданным. Dandavat.
Dandavats to all the devotees. Dandavats Maharaj.
Приехали, как всегда,
We just came back from the tour, as we had a tradition to first go to Daugavpils before going home. That is our traditional parikram. This is Riga, Vilnius, Daugavpils. We are here, and they're once again hosting us with their heartful hosting, wonderful prasadam, wonderful association, and they're taking care of us so much. And we are also happy to see them. We're sharing our feelings, because it's been a long time, like a month long since we last saw them. And together with you, Maharaj. And also, of course, huge gratitude to the devotees, Harigopal, Lavanya, with whom we went on this tour, mini tour, and also the devotees who supported us, the Riga devotees. It was an incredible trip, adventure. Vilnius, it's once again greeting us in a very unique way. Maharaj, you remember when we were there together? We had an amazing Harinam Sankirtanam. And this time also, we came to the place and we had to find this yoga studio. That video which you saw, it was a small yoga studio. And that studio was on that road where we had the Harinam Sankirtan with you. And we went out of the car and we had a little bit trouble finding, proper parking and the yoga. And the devotees started Sankirtan. And as we're searching for the yoga studio, we're doing the Sankirtan. And, it was only us four. But we had a feeling we had at least 14 people. And the people were accepting it very enthusiastically, our chanting. And one person, as it turned out, this one person, he was following his heart. And he joined us. And he went until the last, until the studio. And we invited him in. And a few people came. Oh, and the person's name is Gitas, this Lithuanian name, Gitas. Very similar to Gita, so. And more people came. Studio very small, but very, very home-like, very comfortable. And all the people who came, they came as if they are prepared, they're ready. Someone was already chanting the Mahamantra, someone is reading Bhagavad Gita, someone has read Srimad Bhagavatam. So we had quite a lively talk. And we sang two kirtans, and after that nobody left. Everyone stayed and we continued our conversations. And they asked us to send us the link because they wanted to join the Zoom today. Perhaps they will not join today. And the woman we met last time when Pandita came, her name is Toma. She helped us very much in the organization of this. She helped me, and she found the place, she found the keys, she organized everything. She's very sincere, very strong desire to help. Because once she went to the flat we were staying, where her first question was, "What can I do? How can I help?" And I was a little surprised. And she's always showing she was showing care to the people who joined the yoga studio. She was making tea, she was giving them, pillows and everything. So she was part of all that. So we noticed that something, as we're leaving, we felt that she's losing something. But we understand that we have to continue in Vilnius because we have some special kind of response. The Lord is very mercifully sending the people which need such association. And one woman even we saw her for the first time, but she opened her heart and she shared quite private things of her life. This was very surprising. We are surprised, we are happy, and we are happy to continue serving. We understand that Guru in this way is coming into our life. And if we have the desire in our heart to serve, to take care of, to share, then in that way he will send us such people. Huge grace for us, of course. And as much as I could, I shared with you. Perhaps Lavanya can share something. Such is the news.
Jai, happy news. This kind of news will make Gurudev happy. And Lavanya Moy, is she there? You said she may say something. Where is she? Oh, you're there. I can only see a little screen. Now we can see a big screen. Now we can see you chanting japa. Yes, Lavanya, you can speak in Russian, no problem. We will hear translation.
Дандават, дорогие преданные.
Dandavat, dear devotees.
Я рада, что Суреш
I'm happy that Suresh has given such a service, this opportunity to serve and to be useful somehow, to be engaged in this small little tour. And truly, that trip to Vilnius yesterday, it was very warm, very home-like. I had the feeling that these people, some of them I know them already. And what's even more interesting, that woman, Loretta, there was a lady called Loretta, and we went, as we were going back, when we were just chatting, I accidentally just called her a devotee. Oh, that devotee. It's as if she's with us for a long time, since long ago. Very, very warm and sincere soul. I'm not sure what else to add. Everyone was very wonderful. Wonderful place, wonderful people, and I hope we will visit again. And we've already planned to go in January, and I hope we will gather more new people, and those who we have already met, I hope we can keep in touch with them to keep the connection. And even with Toma, that lady who helped organizing, as we were chatting with her, I felt somehow that our stories are kind of coming together, and I wanted to help her. Because in that moment when it is difficult for us, it is very important to have some helping hand and an opportunity to ask for it. To ask for help from a pure and source, somewhere where you can just get support, somewhere where you can get endless love. And this helps.
Это очень помогает тебе понять, что ты
This
здесь
helps
не
very
один.
much to understand that you're
Здесь
not
есть
alone,
и другие
that there are others,
души, с которыми ты можешь
other
этот путь
souls
проходить вместе.
with whom you can go on this journey together.
Да.
Dandavat.
And you are not alone because Krishna is in your heart. He sees everything, Paramatma, the two birds, likened to two birds sitting on the branch of a tree. One is you, the Jiva soul, doing so many things, and the other bird is a Paramatma, watching, seeing everything. And as soon as we start to turn to search out the Lord in the heart, He is there to help us. So we are never alone. But yes, to be with other practitioners is very helpful. And you've come to Daugava Hills, you've come to Braja Krishna Prabhu's home, you've come to Indumati Devi Rasi's home. And so, what have you learned, Braja Krishna, what have you learned from these three who've come to join you today for lunch?
Dandavats, Dandavats, my master. Dandavats to the whole Guru Parampara. Dandavats to all the masters, all the devotees, all the Vaishnavas, all the living souls, my good wishes for all the souls to turn to the Lord, and so that they will feel Him in the heart, so that they will see Him. They will feel it in their heart, and He is in the heart always. Person can never be alone. Never. The Lord is always inside. Ashram is inside. Ashram is not around. And if we see the life in that way, it becomes fulfilling. Everything becomes enough. And we can see that we can see a devotee in every person. And that is wonderful. I do not know, but this is happening naturally with me. When I'm serving, when I'm chanting japa, when I'm reading the holy scriptures, it's just being revealed that everything is enough, all is good. It depends where. If you think about Krishna, if you think of Him, if you think of the devotees or of the scriptures, of the Guru, then heaven starts to surround you. There are certain circumstances that want to push you out of that state. But if around you you have Guru, devotees, scriptures, if you have Indumati, I feel myself sturdy on my feet, and I'm grateful to the Lord that Krishna, that He's giving me such an opportunity and such a master. And I'm happy. And I feel good. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And we are remembering prasadam when we see you and see your home. We are remembering wonderful prasadam, wonderfully cooked, wonderfully served. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And good to see actually so many. Also, it's Jayanti from Brazil. She's with us happily. Good to see you. Hare Krishna. And actually devotees from round and about, but Venu Gita, she's there. And we saw her video a little bit before. Now the video is off, but Venu Gita is there. And Julia with her back to us, Julia, she's from Latvia, I'm not sure. You know, Julia? She's with us here. Oh, that's Yuvati. Okay, Yuvati. The picture has the two arms up facing the other way, so I couldn't recognize the picture. And anyhow, so good to have you all with us, including Indumati, Induleka, presumably. Induleka. Well, just see. So anyway, we are here in Govinda Farm, And as you know, then Govinda farm is, yes, Induleka, Govinda. So near, you're in Bangkok. So near and yet you're so far. So you know what I was going to say is that you know the Govinda farm is just next door to Resigne, the flat of Suresh Krishnwu, just next door to Daugav Hills, just next door to every ashram around the world, because the ashrams around the world are not separated by distance, really. They're connected together by the common thread of trying to understand and trying to follow what Gurudev and Guru Maharaj gave by teaching, but especially by example, by heart. And we are all on the same team to try to help others and to take care of our own safety in devotional life. So we must be careful to try to be good practitioners, to practice as best we can, and that will put us in better able to help others. If we don't practice and only say it's good not, it's good not to do this, it is good to do that, then it's kind of only theoretical. Like in school, we had a biology teacher, and they're teaching to all the boys in the school, oh, very bad to smoke cigarettes, does all this. But yet the teacher smoking cigarettes like a chimney. Then what value has his words got? So we can think this may be a gross example, but something in our devotional life, if we just say that devotional life is good, you should do this, this, and this, but we don't actually have the conviction to do it ourselves, then it's more or less sharing some knowledge about something or some opinion. But we want to share a life, and that life is devotional life. So at the moment here, we've just reached the third of the way through the Sharanagati book, and we're aiming for halfway, and then aiming for 2/3, aiming for completing the book. But in maybe 4 days, we started only recently, and every kirtan, every song in the Sharanagati book is there to wake us up that everything belongs to Krishna and that we are the Lord's servant. And a master looks after his servant. So we don't have to worry about ourselves. We only have to worry about being a servant. Can I be engaged in service? What is my service? Please allow me some service. And then if the Lord will accept us as his servitor, then we have no anxiety for ourselves. And today we were chanting the kirtan, which is saying, Dear Lord, you are the master and I am, please treat me as your dog. A happy kirtan that the devotees like to sing, but you must be careful to sing it properly and not the wrong way round. Don't just sing Bengali words because they sound good and start singing, oh dear Lord, I am the master and you are my dog. Or you might get into a little trouble. And we know one devotee who did. So anyway, we were singing this kirtan today, just now before we came with you on the Zoom. So this is fresh in our thought. But that idea that when we actually will surrender, we don't have to have any anxiety for anything. We are part of the Lord's servitor group. And everybody else we will see also engaging in his service directly or indirectly. And the Lord is looking after the servants. In a household, I don't know if Latvia people have servants these days, but in India it's quite common to have servants. Cook, a driver. In India, the driver is low-class kind of work. Not, the rich people, they don't drive themselves. Maybe now they're starting to, because if they buy a BMW, they might want to drive themselves. But generally, they have a driver, they have a cook, they have a cleaner, they have a gardener. This is very common. But then they look after the servants. They don't neglect them. And the servants usually are very happy. They go, oh, I got a good master. So we need to be something like that. A dog is happy to have a master. And a horse, those of you who have any experience with horses like to have a good master. They are born to serve. They are born to work. And when they've got a good master, a horse is happy. They got sloppy master, a horse can have a little fun, throw off the master onto the ground, many things. But a good master, and we want a good master. And so when we get a good master, why will we think of anything else? Now we've got the achievement of life, and that master is Krishna. And Krishna, his relationship with the Jiva souls is that he is the master and the souls are the servitors. Cannot be the other way around. And we know, we can think it, that how is it reasonable that the Lord will be my servant, that I will ask him for this, ask him for this, ask him for this, etc. It's kind of a little childish on our part. But as Guru Maharaj points out, better than nothing, because at least some idea that the Lord is there, that some higher energy, some higher power is there. But we are his servant. And this book, Sharanagati, why are we going through Sharanagati? Because Guru Maharaj and Gurudev emphasized this book so much. And Srila Gurudev even emphasized it to the extent that if all other books disappear and only Sharanagati is left, still we will get the substance. We won't get all the whys and wherefores and how and reasoning, but we'll get the substance of what is devotional life. We'll get everything. Hare Krishna. Now we have a very sad story to tell you, and it's about Latvia or a Latvian. That is, today is the last day of Ella being here at Govinda Farm. She's been your Latvia pillar. She came after the festival, but she's been a pillar here and been a good example of voluntary, happy service. Always, I think she learned from the Italians what is Sharanagati. Smile and say yes. So anyway, this is her last evening, and she was keen to be with you all. She's eager to be with you all. So now we'll pass our microphones. We got 4 microphones now, a special set of Boya microphones. So we got 4 microphones, so we're going to pass over 1 microphone to her. Latvian, Ella.
Dandavat, everyone. What language should I speak?
English, I think,
Yeah.
because then we'll all understand.
Okay.
And everyone get Russian or English directly or Russian.
I'm so happy to see all of you. And I'm just happy to share every day, every moment with devotees here, with Maharaj, to learn so much from everything. Everything we read, everything we sing, what we eat, the nature here, everything is teaching me so much. And I feel very, very nourished. And as I said today in the morning to Maharaj, that tomorrow when I leave, I will have time to contemplate everything, and I will see how I feel. I will understand some things. They will come very clear to me. And yeah, also I realized the same thing that you were saying, Maharaj, that the time-space reality is not so like we think. We think we are far apart, but we are together. Mm-hmm. And if we have a relationship with someone and love for someone, then they're always with us. So this is how I feel about my Latvian friends. This is how I feel about all of you. So yeah, just happy.
And is there anything you've learned in your last few days that you would like to share with everyone?
I learned that beauty is the greatest power, that the Lord's greatest strength is his all attractiveness, ability to attract, and the beauty. and that beauty is harmony. When everything is harmonious and works in perfect harmony, then it's beauty. And that the beauty of us, of our service, everything, it belongs to Lord. Like everything we do, all the flowers, the prasadam, how we dress, how we talk to each other, all this beauty, we dedicate this to Lord. It's not for us to enjoy, but to the Lord.
And today we were promised a Latvian evening meal. And just before the meal also, Ella said, today Latvian dinner, Latvian evening. And then now I know what is a Latvian evening. Noodles, rice, sabji, and a pancake.
I made the kartupeli pankūkas. It's potato pancakes. Very traditional thing.
But along with many other things. And I was thinking it's going to be like borscht and this.
Borscht is Latvian.
Okay, I know borscht,
Yes.
but I thought it was going to be classical Latvian. Anyway, there we are. We got the potato pancake, which is very substantial.
Thank you.
Okay, devotees, any question from any quarter to any of us? And we have Leela Moy Prabhu here. He's hiding. I always tell the devotees, sit within the camera. But they have a lot of difficulty to do this. If they can't sit within the view of the camera, how can they sit in the view of Krishna? Okay, there you are. Now he's going to move out of the camera. Just see.
Yes.
Any question from anybody? All silent.
Махарадж, да, есть вопрос. Он в обсуждении. В первую очередь я бы хотел сказать про Эллу. И Элла на самом деле человек, который видит только красоту и добро.
Hari Gopal Prabhu, you're not coming through on the English channel. The English channel.
Am I
Now,
not?
yes.
Okay,
Now you are.
great. Okay, great.
Элла, она человек,
Ella,
который видит
she's a person
во всем
who
красоту,
sees
любовь, гармонию.
beauty,
Она
love,
никогда
harmony in
никого ни
everything.
в чем не видит
She will
плохого.
never see anywhere in
И
anyone
это
something
очень,
bad.
очень вдохновляет.
And this is very inspiring.
Мы очень рады, что Элла
We are very happy
выделила
that
время,
Ella,
прилетела в
she
Таиланд
has
и побыла в вашей
given her
обществе,
time
вдохновилась,
to
пропиталась.
be in your
Потому
association.
что, как мы и говорим, что
Because as we say,
преданные,
the devotees,
определенные формальности, конечно,
well,
есть,
some
но
formalities
сердце
there are,
самое
of course, but the
главное.
heart
И
is the
вот
main
это
thing.
сердце преданного,
And
мне
Ella
кажется, это
has the heart of a
самое главное.
devotee. That is the main
Мы
thing.
ее ждем с ней
And
встречи,
we
также
are
ждем ее
awaiting
общения, ждем ее
to
общества.
meet her. We're
Всегда рады
awaiting her
видеть.
association.
И
Always
если,
happy
не
to
знаю,
see
когда
her.
мы встретимся, но мы
I
точно
do not know when
встретимся.
we will see each other, but I know we will.
И также я хотел спросить Махарадж вопрос
And
по
also I wanted to
поводу
ask Maharaj about,
интересную такую тему. Мы ехали с
we had an
Харигопалом,
interesting
обсуждали
topic as we were
вопрос
discussing with Harigopal,
дружбы. И
the
я не помню
question of
дословно,
friendship. I
как
do not know
Гурудев
the
говорил,
proper
как
quote
говорится,
from
как
Gurudev, but Gurudev
плохо
said,
проповедуешь, он
you know,
говорил,
how to
ну,
preach.
это
He
недословно,
answered, maybe you
что
can
ищите
correct,
друзей, дружите,
look for
и тем
friends,
самым будет ваша
be
дружба.
friends with them,
Так
and
вот,
that
если в
will be
этом
your
ключе
preaching.
дружбы, то
Like in this
какая
key of
дружба,
friendship,
какого
what kind of friendship
характера
is being
должна
talked
быть
about?
дружба?
What kind of friendship? That what is yeah?
Well, there is some context. And I am witness, if you like, I saw Srila Gurudev stressing this point about saying, simply be their friend at first, and then introduce gradually. But this was to the Chinese and to Yudhamanya Prabhu Seva Vikram, who entered into China as a professor, an English teacher in the university. And Gurudev gave him some guidance about how to reach the Chinese people, the Chinese students and the professors. In fact, he reached the other teachers in the university as well as the students. But Gurudev said, first be their friend. And then introduced this Krishna conception, Krishna consciousness. And so it was quite inconceivable almost. Well, Gurudev said, it's inconceivable to me that in China they are chanting Hare Krishna. So Gurudev saw that the Chinese section in China, it was going to be not easy to introduce the Krishna conception. Communist society, and if there is any religion, it's like Buddhist religion, but officially there was no religion. And so a little bit difficult to enter the Krishna conception in a restricted environment. So Gurudev said, be their friend. And this was particularly in that context. But in general, Gurudev wants everyone to be friendly with others. Never we saw Gurudev like a university professor or something, slapping a stick on the table and giving a class, or just like an authoritarian class. I mean, he could. He very authoritarian. I mean, he has all the authority. He knows all the facts and figures and everything else. And you could think, with that kind of knowledge, you could say, you could give a very forceful class. But Gurudev always sweetly presenting to people, whether it is 200 people, whether it is 2 people. He's always speaking very personally. And an example of the 200 people, actually more than 200 people, is that small booklet, In Search of the Original Source, that's taken directly from Srila Gurudev's talk to a whole auditorium, not a small auditorium in a university, like a big public, like theater auditorium, and full house. And he's talking in Morelia in Mexico. Morelia is a town in Mexico. And there you see how he's just directly talking to the heart of everybody. And he's explaining things simply, beautifully, personally, even though there are so many people there, and saying, I want to do good for you. Why have I come here? I've come here to do good for you. And this way, in a very personal way, he's presenting how Krishna consciousness, really, it's the best thing. It is what everyone is looking for happiness, for joy, for love, for affection, all of the things which in this world kind of elusive. And at best, even if you think, well, we made 100% joy, 100% happiness, but we know that it's temporary because we're caught up in this temporary world. And if by chance there was any exploitation in that joy, then that's going to have to be repaid at some point. And as Guru Maharaj said, the law of karma is everything must be repaid to the farthing with interest. So we can get temporary joy by exploiting $1 million out of others, but that has to be repaid in the future. So we must be very careful to use our human life. And Gurudev points out various things like this in that talk to the people. But he's got, you can say there, he's got one chance to reach their hearts. He can't make, in that case, probably around 500 people. He can't make 500 people his friend personally and meet them a few days later as a friend and say a little bit more, and meet them a few days later and say a little bit more. He's got this one opportunity to present to them something to try to penetrate their heart, so for their inside person, to prick up their ears. Like inside we have somebody that says, yes, this makes sense, this is right. And then if we're not careful, our ego comes back in and later and says, no, don't be a servant, be a master. But anyhow, there's time, place, and circumstance. And for instance, just now you went to Lithuania and you went to Vilnius. It's not just, okay, we'll make friends with the people in the yoga studio, or friends with people who come and you don't tell them about Krishna. no, you got to try to get the Krishna conception in, and just some very solid logic of why we should pay attention to the words of our masters. Who are our masters? What is the lineage? The experts in the field of consciousness. Actually, the experts in the field of happiness, of joy, of eternity. You want to live forever. And you see, we've got our doctor, Raja Krishna Prabhu. Doctors, they can help in this material world for many things, but you know, he knows, we know, you can't give a medicine that will make you live forever. So Paramananda said that actually some very rich people, they're planning to embalm their body and then wake up like 500 years later. It sounds a little desperate to me. And who knows what that'll be. I'm not sure where that's come from, but he was telling me, no, that people want to do this. So anyway, the point is that the experts of joy and eternity, those are the devotees, those who have followed the experts of the past, like Veda Vyas, then Krishnadas Kaviraj and Vrindavan Das Thakur, then Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev. They are the experts. So we should try to hear what they have to say. They're telling us how we can get relief from all our troubles, and we can get extreme joy. And not the reactionary kind of joy of going to the nightclub and drinking and having, temporary joy, which isn't joy. It's as Srila Prabhupada said, and it took me a little while to gather this, he said, actually, happiness in this world is essentially relief from suffering, as opposed to the positive side. So those who know about positive happiness, Shri Shri Prapanna Jivanamrita, the nectar in the lives of the surrendered souls, positive and progressive immortality. My goodness, what a title. And this title, the English version of this, came out with discussion with Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. So these are the persons who we are coming to hear from. These are the persons we want others to hear from, because we know that this is the path to our proper home. So when you get a chance to speak with people for 1 hour, you have a 1 hour or 2 hour slot at a university or a yoga studio or wherever it may be. You want to be friendly, but you want to be substantial and not just be friendly. But for the position where Yudhamanya Prabhu was going as a university professor to teach spoken English to the business graduates, brainy people in China, then you need to go carefully. And so this way, Gurudev advised how to get their trust, if you like. And you see, actually, all of our Chinese family has directly or indirectly come through Yudhamanya Prabhu. In fact, because he started in the university, when the students graduate, they all go off to their different countries and to the big city. Well, he was in a big city also. But they go off around the country, then they tell other people, and this way the expansion, the distribution of the message of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj came about naturally. So now there are devotees of our family all over China. And this came from Gurudev's will to Yudhamanya Prabhu, and Yudhamanya being a very good servitor, that Guru Maharaj used him as an example. This is the nature of a servitor. They are not doing something and then telling me, or they make the decision and everything, and then asking, well, please give your best blessing, I'm going to do this. They are telling Yudamanyu would tell Gurudev the options that have come up. I've got this opportunity to teach in China. Would you like I take this opportunity or not? And at that time, he was teaching actually in Bangkok. He was teaching English in Bangkok in one of the universities there. And he'd been in South Africa, a whole history of reaching new audiences. He was in South Africa, the most instrumental person in those days to bring Guru Maharaj's conception to South Africa. Then came to California, was in different places, and then Bangkok. And just as opportunities came, he would ask Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, what he wanted. And he would explain, I have this option, what would you like me to do? And Gurudev really tried to get him to say, well, what is your preference? And Yudamanyu genuinely, openly said, Gurudev, I have no preference. My preference is only what you like to do. And Gurudev actually, with us, Yudamanyu's gone to his room, whatever, and Gurudev saying, he's giving much responsibility to me. And he said, this is the proper attitude of a surrendered servitor. And that way, this same idea, surrendered soul, the responsibility comes to the master. Master will look after. So always to be friendly, but not to skip the substance of what is to be given. And we actually have no place as to be just sociable with people. Sociable, we're not going to be unsociable, but just to be in like sociable societies where there's no possibility of doing good for the people, where they're not really wanting to hear about Krishna consciousness. And at some point in our time in India, we had to socialize with lawyers and people in influential positions to try to do something for this all for the temple, but very distasteful kind of association when they really don't want to hear anything about Krishna. There maybe it can be helpful, and if they understand you need some help, they can be helpful. But when they don't really want to know about Krishna, they have no interest in that, maybe about their own name or fame or something, then very difficult to just be friendly. So we must be substantially friendly, friendly with substance. And actually the devotees are the real friends of everyone, but everyone may not know that. Giving prasadam, giving a book, saying something which is truthful, pleasing to hear, and beneficial for their actual bright future. This is the real friendship. Someone is a proper friend in that way. And then Gurudev saying about friendship, another context about friendship. He said, in India, if someone says, he is my friend, that meaning in Bengal, in his upbringing, that meaning is, he is your friend. He'll stand by you in good or in bad. He will always be there. And not somebody that you just met on a train and then introduced, oh, he's my friend. Oh yeah, how long have you known him? Oh, 2 hours. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. But we also read in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita, or in one of the books. We read within the last few days of one devotee in Mahaprabhu's pastimes who had a whip, like a whip, you whip a horse, horses, whip a horse to make the horse go faster or whatever like this. So like a whip. And whoever would be hit, that he would hit with that whip, they would get Krishna prema. So there are all strategies. And if you have that mystic potency and have a whip, that if you whip, somebody gets struck by your whip, they get Krishna prema, then you might not go first through the route of being their friend. Give them a crack with the whip. Hey, this is I'm going out preaching today. Anyway, I'm sure that there was a context to that also. And it was just briefly mentioned that about this devotee, he had a whip, and with that, anyone who got hit by that whip, some magic happened.
Да, Maharaj, спасибо, вы подкрыли.
Oh, it was
Yes,
that was from the
Maharaj.
video.
Thank you.
I don't know if you could hear our otherwise quiet Ramsundar.
That reference, that devotee's name is Abhiram Thakur. And we were watching a video of Srila Gurudev just giving some informal discussion on the veranda in SoCal. And some devotee just asked, oh, and isn't there a devotee that whips people and gives them Krishna prem? And then Gurudev was like, yes, Abhiram Thakur.
Right. Oh, and he asked that out of context also.
Yeah. It was also, yeah.
And that video, please see it. I know some of you have seen it. It's the most recent of the videos in the Srila Govinda Maharaj video series. And you can have it, it will give you translation into Russian. If you don't know how to see the YouTube translations translated, then ask Hari Gopal. He'll tell you how to get them translated. But we've tested it in different languages, the translation, and I'm not sure if we actually tested it in Russian, but in Italian and in Dutch, it worked very well. So the latest YouTube video in the series, Srila Govinda Maharaj video series, we watched it together right here. We watched it together the other day, and I'd never seen it before. It was in America, it was in SoCal, so it was also the first time for me, and we are all seated just like we sit with Gurudev in, when he directly was with us, and we are hearing everything and seeing everything, and it's very instructional. Every video is the best, but it is in that video, yes. And Abhiram Thakur was the one who had the whip. Gurudev was mentioning this. Oh, what time is it? Are we? We're all good. 48. Oh, 2048. Yes, Suresh Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you for explaining that, because we hear that quite often, some expressions of Gurudev, but we do not know the context of it. But now you have revealed that saying, to become friends with people and then make them devotees in that context of Yudamanyu Prabhu. Also very important. And while I still remember Maharaja, I was talking with Mohanananda Prabhu, and he's sending his dandavats to everyone. And he's also sending his purple heart to everyone. He asked to deliver it. So before I forget, there we go.
Received. And received and reciprocated. But purple heart, what heart we are reciprocating? Pink? No, I don't know. Golden, oh, golden heart. Okay, you can send our golden heart affection to him and respect. And you're speaking with him, and your microphone is off.
We were talking to him, I was telling him about our plans on the 6th of December to make, as you have suggested us last time, full festival on the day appearance day of Gurudev. And I asked him if it will be good to do it at the house of Tom and Inna. And he said yes. And Tom and Inda, they will also be able to participate, which is very good. So we just talked about that. And we've already reserved a place at the house of Tom as a free space. And as we are driving with Harigopal, we had a lot of time to discuss. We've already planned. We've already made a list of things to prepare, to send the invitations to invite our devotees. We've already invited Vraja Krishna and Indumati. They are coming, and we're hoping that this will be a big and meaningful festival for the devotees in Latvia. Obviously, this festival is meaningful for the whole universe, but for us including.
Very good. I'm happy to hear. And that's coming very soon. 6th of December, is it? Number 6?
Yes, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. And any question from anywhere or comment? Hare Krishna. How many of you have already watched that recent video that was posted, the recording of Gurudev in California from 1997? Any hands? You can put a digital hand or another kind of hand. Nobody. Oh dear. We've all watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and more because others were here. Our numbers are diminishing every day. We've been having basically continuous Kartik festival continued onwards. But just now, Keshavananda Prabhu is gone. Just now, Abhinavasundar and Kalikadamba have gone on their way to England, to Europe. And tomorrow, Ella is going to go. But we got 2 artists, and actually good artists. And so Venu Gita, you got artistic competition, and these artists, in 4 days, they've been painting Japanese-style lotuses, so a little bit of artist license, on 4.5 meter long canvas. And really, I'm impressed how quickly they've done this really nice artwork. So we have 2 artists who are here, young artists, and we've got 12 yoga students who seem to like to avoid us, but they can't avoid hearing the kirtan because we've been doing it in the Sky Shala, so everybody can hear the Sky Shala. They're American yogis, but they seem to be avoiding. Well, maybe they're not really avoiding, but they prefer to go to see the elephants than to hear about Krishna consciousness and Bhakti yoga.
They did take photo of us.
But they did take photographs of us, maybe like the elephants. Take some photographs, the Hare Krishnas and the elephant. And then another group of yogis coming. But what yogis are coming next? Australian yogis?
They're the teachers from Portugal, but she has students from all over.
Teachers from Portugal, but students from all over. So another yoga group will come soon. Another opportunity. Let's see if they avoid us or if anybody's attracted, at least to say, what are you doing? Can we watch? Can we listen? Hare Krishna. Okay, so Suresh Krishna, if nothing else, we can leave you all happily continuing. The computer is a little far away, so I'm kind of cheating by looking at my little phone. But good to see each of you, the devotees here. And in Russian, what is this? What is this?
I don't know.
You don't read Russian?
I read, but Milausha.
Milyusha. Okay, very good. I'm sure devoted, like this. So if no question, we're going to continue. You're going to be like the American yogis with no question, nothing to say. Huh? Gunali, you like, yes, would you like to make a contribution? You can speak in Russian, we'll hear immediately. You're back home from being here at the Govinda farm, chanting Hare Krishna, being in Chaitanya Sarasat Mat or Gurudev and Guru Maharaj mood for full 10 days. Well, can you share something with the Latvian, with so many, not only Latvian, international gathering? We are in Daugavpil, so many in Braja Krishna Guru's home. Open your microphone if you like to speak. Yes.
Дандаваты всем.
Dandavats to
Я
all.
очень счастлива, что была
Very
на
happy
фестивале.
that I was there on the festival.
Удивительное время.
This was a very amazing time. Very happy to see everyone. Missing everyone and hoping that next year I will have the opportunity to come again.
Конечно,
Of course,
очень сильный контраст.
there's quite a large contrast between Thailand and St. Petersburg. I'm still trying to adapt. And Dandavats to everyone.
Dandavat. And 6th of December is Srila Gurudev's Yasa Puja, so everybody try to come together for that, but that's not yet. We're only on the 9th or 10th of November. And then I think all of you know that now, more or less it is settled. No, it is settled, the dates, but not the exact accommodation and everything yet. Is Jagannath Puri from 21st gathering, but 22nd is the full day, then a 10-day retreat, pilgrimage, etc. in Jagannath Puri, visiting various places. And this is in January, so the 21st gathering, 22nd is the first full day, and then last day is the 1st of February. So I think most of you know, if you do need details and are interested to come, you can contact again to Hari Gopal Prabhu or Suresh Krishna, where they can share with you the invitation, and there's a particular email to contact. I'm not the organizer, but I'm invited to be there, and so we'll be happy to be with whoever comes. Puri is a special place, and if you have the opportunity, it's one of the 3 rooms of the same house, as Guru Maharaj explained. Navadip, Vrindavan, Mathura Mandal, and Jagannath Puri, Puri Kshetra. All right, dear devotees. Oh, then we pass the microphone. Suresh Krishna, you've got microphone number 5. We've got 4 of them here. You've got microphone number 5.
Yes, Maharaj, in connection with the parikrama, Udaran Prabhu is coming from Latvia, Amya Bala Didi, Lavanga Didi, Suresh Krishna, Lavanya, Hari Gopal. So we already, Ella, she's there with you. She will also be with us. And maybe more, but for now, that is the group. So we're also joining you. But that day, till that day, we have time. We will continue our journey to joy as we are continuing Maharaj, which you have started. This journey you have started summer, and it's going on for 1 year, and then it's being restarted every year, summertime. This joyful journey to joy.
Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jai Shila Bhakti Rakshak Siddharth Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Jai A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Guru Gaurangam Tharu Govinda Sundar Ji ki jai, Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Shri Guru Parampar ki jai, Guru Varga ki jai, Namacharya Shri Thakur ki jai, Jayananta Kochi Vaishnava Vrindi ki jai, Tulasi Maharani ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Charindi ki jai, Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai, all the assembled devotees ki jai, jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Gaura Primanande, Haribo.
Hari Bol, and jai to Suresh Krishna Prabhu and all the team there, Braja Krishna Prabhu, and to the team in Latvia and all over the world, all the devotees in so many places. Always happy to be with you. That was a big heart from somebody. Lots of hearts somebody's giving. I don't know how you do that on Zoom, but you've done, it's happened in front of us. It must have been from your heart to the screen. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. All right, have special days, and as far as I'm concerned, you can stay together, but we'll continue our journey here in our journey of joy this evening. Amra Aschi. Dandavad.
Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai.
Say these things.
Oh, they are.
Please excuse my friend. Hare Krishna. Dandavad, Dandavad, Govinda, Govinda.